Well, hi there. It's Sandy Allnock here with Coloring All the Things for Ellen Hudson. And in this particular video, I'm going to be previewing a stamp set that's coming in just a couple of days. Life's a Circus. And it's got these fun circus animals and different things for them to stand on and swing from, etc. And I'm going to show you 3 cards. First is this little monkey card that I've stamped already onto wood grain Essentials by Ellen paper. Yes, you can color on it. I wanted to make a second swing, but the swing is really short and didn't have lines for a different angle. So I just made my own lines so that we have one flying monkey that's going kind of soaring through the air, reaching for the other little swing. The only thing with stamping on this particular paper is you do have to fill in. If you have a solid stamp, you have to fill in a little bit with a pen, but that's not a big deal to do. The lines for everything else work just fine. It's only on that solid one that I noticed any issues. I colored these in colored pencil. You can actually use Copic markers on this paper. I've done it before. It's kind of an equivalent of a Nina-ish, and it comes in white and this kind of craft color. And I'm just going to use 2 pencils to color each one of my monkeys. And then I decided to decorate the word circus by putting little circus lights on it with my white pen, because my white pen goes everywhere with me. It has to be used on all my cards, right? So there's that card, first one. Colors for each one of these, by the way, they're all in color pencil, will be listed on the Ellen Hudson blog. I did film this one little part of the stamping of this card because I wanted to show you how to take this ticket and be able to stamp it so that you're removing the admit 1 without having to do totally weird masking. I just put it kind of on 3/4 of the stamp, you know, kind of aligned it to make sure I got it right, and then moved the sticky note so that I could stamp the other portion of it, because I wanted to put different words in there instead of admit 1, because there's other sentiments in this set, and one of them I thought would fit in there perfectly, and it did. It looked really great. You're the best. And I stamped it so that it looks like it's a little bit behind the ball that the seal has balanced on his little nose. And then just proceeded to color these on this paper with colored pencils. And what is this paper? This is letterpress paper. In this video, I thought I'd try coloring on a couple of different kinds of Ellen's papers that she's got, because this paper is super, super nice for colored pencils. It's really soft, and it gives you a really soft, interesting texture. You can use blending solutions for this, but you really don't have to. You almost have to feel this paper to realize how nice it is for colored pencils. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. I'm using an orange and a yellow color, not super bright colors, but kind of warm colors to create my little creatures on here. And I'm going to be using the same colors from the animals to use in the bases down below so that I have some matchy match with them. I did use a little bit of blue in the zebra just because I wanted the zebra to have some color, so he's not just black and white, because that would make him sad if everybody else had color and he didn't have any. So I gave him a little bit of that kind of light teal color. And then my seal is going to be pink and then this darker reddish color, in order to make him look all cute and ready to go. He's having a really good time balancing that ball. I'm not sure what it is about seals balancing balls on their nose, because I used to live in San Francisco and I never saw a seal with a ball on his nose. So I'm pretty much not sure that they do that on a regular basis, but in this stamp set, he totally does. I guess there's a lot of things they do in the circus that they don't do otherwise. To make the little bands on the ball look like they're dimensional, I'm using a dark color on one side, light color on the other side. And that's going to give the whole ball the look that it's got some roundness to it. And it's going to be in orange and yellow stripes with teal stripes on it. And then I'm just going to move down and work through the triangles down here in the bottom. Now you could keep all the triangles the same color so that they're all matchy-matchy. You could do them all different colors like I'm doing. You could do them all in black and white. There's all different kinds of options to do that, but I'm trying to use the same colors so that everything's kind of tied together. I'm also using mostly the same colors on the next card because I didn't want to get out a whole bunch of pencils. So I got out a set that I thought would go nicely together and then used them for several cards. The first card just had monkeys on it, so that was in a different category of colors because I didn't want to use these kind of colors on that brown paper. I needed something that was going to be contrasty enough to work on that. But this one is on nice bright letterpress paper, so it works great. But look at how nice and rich the colors are. The texture from the colored pencils works really great. I'm using Prismacolor pencils for this particular video and for these cards. However, you can use Polychromos same way. They work nicely on this paper as well. So don't think that just because I choose to use one that it's any better than the other, because I like them both. They both have slightly different color selections. And yeah, I'm kind of non-discriminatory that way. Now I've turned the little ticket up there into a hanging sign by drawing lines from it. And then I also drew little bows so that there's something tying it down. And then I used the new die set that is circles to cut a circle out and then put it onto some cardstock and round the corners of it. For my third card, I took one still picture of this. I didn't film the stamping, but I wanted to put the hat on his head and have it tucked behind the ear. So I just masked off that top portion with a sticky note. So then I had room to stamp the hat and just kind of tuck it in behind the ear, masking that with another sticky note. So I also am coloring these with colored pencils, and this is on vellum. So I'm coloring on the back of the vellum. And when you're coloring on vellum, it's really good idea to choose stronger colors and to make sure you get really good coverage because the color is going to have to kind of go through the transparent vellum. Well, it's not fully transparent, semi-transparent, but you want to make sure that you use good, strong colors just so that it shows up nicely on the other side. Also, make sure you have something that you won't wreck on the other side of your paper that you're coloring on, because you might actually transfer a little bit of the stamping ink because you're pressing on it. Make sure you do wait, though, for it to be good and dry. I stamped all of these in VersaFine Onyx Black, and I just let them dry really, really nicely. And I still did get some transfer on this one just because you're using pressure. The elephant can stand on the ball, or he can also stand on one of the things the other critters were standing on in the last card. But the elephant has rounded feet, so he's better on the ball than he is on the little stand. And then I wanted to add a little background scene on the card base. So here I go, putting a little piece of tape. Don't mind my dirty tape. It has some fuzz on it from being in a drawer. But I have this thin tape. You could use washi tape or something in that way. And I'm putting some color down below it so that this is going to create a ring on the other side is what I'm picturing. I wanted to have sort of a wall and then have the crowd up above it. So I drew the ground down below, mushed it out a little bit with a cotton ball, and then I'm just putting some general circles of people up there in yellow and pink just for fun, and then throwing in a little bit of the teal color in between, and then mush it all. This is going to be seen through the vellum, so it's going to be really hazy in the background. Doesn't need to look like people or anything, just needs to have the idea of being a scene. So then I can peel off the tape and I have this nice white wall. You could also just do that and not color in that area or make a wall that's the color that you want it. I did decide to take a little single line of pencil and go along the top and bottom just to make sure I get that a little crisper. And then when I put the vellum over top, I have this beautiful scene. And the wall lines up where I want it to line up because I put the tape there and had it lined up with my picture. Using a Sharpie to just make some motion lines so that the elephant and the words and everything he's balancing are all going to be in motion. And to attach my little piece of vellum, I'm just using some Be Creative tape and putting it across the top, and then I'm going to use some strips of paper. You can also use ribbon or something like that to put across. You can put it all the way at the top if you wish. I thought it would be fun to leave a little space at the top. And then I can also stick a little bit of adhesive under the ball, and then no one will see it, and then the whole thing won't curl up. So that'll hold it down a little bit better, but it'll still have a little bit of that ability to flap up if somebody wants to see that it's a separate piece of vellum. So there are my 3 cards. There's pictures of them over on the blog. Stamp sets are all going to be on sale starting on Sunday. So go to the website on Sunday and check them all out. Lots of great new stuff in this release. And I will see you again very soon.